I'm gonna try and keep Fridays for music without English lyrics, so if you have any suggestions from your country, please let me know. But this one was actually suggested in a premiere.
Seguro estou nos braços daquele que nunca me deixou.
So warm.
Seu amor perfeito sempre esteve repousado em mim. Se eu passar pelo vale,
Oh, so warm.
acharei conforto em teu amor, pois eu sei que és aquele que me guarda.
You know what I love is that he's kind of singing through his teeth, so you have this real feeling of tension. Now, this is really important if you're a singer. You don't want to be singing with tension normally, and it's a kind of an advanced technique. So if you have general relaxation in your technique, you can try and add little things like closing your mouth or creating a smaller space, but I wouldn't try it as a beginner singer because we want our general technique to be as free as possible before we add the emotional tension in for effect after. I love in Brazil that you guys really champion warm, low singers, people with that tone. It is so warm. I'm so jealous. I don't have a big warm tone like that. Not only has he got a warm tone, but he has agility, and often, not always, lower voices find it a little bit more difficult to be really, really quick, but he is so fast. Now, caveat, this is a Christian song. I am not actually a religious person. I just love music. I guess that is my connection to spirituality. I want to break down a couple of the moments in this.
Estou nos braços daquele que nunca me deixou.
He's got a beautiful slow vibrato. So vibratos are interesting because everyone has their own vibrato. Lower voices tend to have slower vibratos, but not always, because there are other factors involved. Things like how your brain sends signals to your vocal cords, but also whether you have slow twitch or fast twitch fibers in your vocal cord muscles. It's so interesting because we often think of those for like sprinters. Sportsmen, athletes have fast twitch muscle fibers. If you have a higher percentage of fast twitch muscle fibers in your vocal cords, then you also are more likely to have a faster vibrato. He's also using things like vocal fry, which is a sound just makes it sound stylish.
Seu amor perfeito sempre esteve repousado em mim.
I love that flip. He's going from a heavier place to a lighter da-da, breathier head voice where he's just opening the vocal cords a little bit to make that breathy tone.
Se eu passar pelo vale, acharei conforto em teu amor, pois eu sei que és aquele que me guarda.
See there?
Me guarda. Em teus braços é o meu descanso. Em teus braços é o meu descanso. Em teus braços é o meu descanso. Em teus braços é o meu descanso.
You know, when it's just you and a guitar, there is nowhere to hide, and you better do a good vocal performance if you want that to take off. And this song has taken off because the vocal performance is phenomenal. That little bit of grit that he adds into that top note makes it feel a little bit more emotional, makes it bite that little bit more. It's so beautiful and smooth and gritty. His voice to me is like velvet with a little bit of Velcro on the end where you're like, but in a beautiful way.
Seguro estou nos braços daquele que nunca me deixou.
So many great runs. Oh, he's running down a pentatonic scale, which is a 5-note scale used in a lot of blues and actually Scottish music and folk and Chinese music. It's used all around the world, but I love how he starts it with full vocal cord closure, so it has this really intense tone, and then he makes it really breathy at the end. He's really playing around with textures, whether it's adding grit, which is often a little bit of an irregular vibration at the edge of the vocal cords sometimes, or it could be his false vocal folds, which are a little bit of tissue above the vocal cords that come across normally to protect your vocal cords from pressure, but actually they can also be used to produce that gritty sound, and he's doing that there. Or he's going between a breathy tone and a very, very clean and resonant tone very, very quickly, so you're getting all these different textures, and he has so much control.
Seu amor perfeito sempre esteve repousado em mim.
Like the difference between da da the first time and this time da da. It has a much more full tone. It's a little bit more mixed, which means it's got a little bit more of that chest resonance in it, but only just. It really is head voice, and it's not breathy at all. His vocal cords are together fully so that you have a really clear bell-like tone.
Os braços é o meu descanso. Em teus braços é o meu descanso. Em teus braços é o meu descanso. Seguro estou nos braços daquele que nunca me deixou. Seu amor perfeito sempre esteve repousado em mim. E se eu passar pelo vale,
I can't even do it. He went from like a really clean tone, and then his control over that grit is absolutely phenomenal. Now, something that's come up in a lot of my Brazilian reactions is there are a few artists that sing with a little bit of nasality, and people are like, that's in the Brazilian language, that is in Portuguese, so that's why they sing like that. But yet he is not singing like that at all. There's not really any nasality at all. He's raising his soft palate. He's creating a lot of space between the back of his tongue and his soft palate, which is in the back of your mouth here. If you want to find it, you can put your tongue on the roof of your mouth and you'll feel it's kind of hard at the top, and then if you get back even further it gets kind of squidgy. That's your soft palate. And if you yawn, it kind of goes whoo and it raises. Or if you get a surprise, and it sounds like he has that surprise position all the time.
acharei conforto em teu amor, pois eu sei que és aquele que me guarda, me guarda. Em teus braços é o meu descanso. Em teus braços é o meu descanso. Em teus braços é o meu descanso. Em teus braços é o meu descanso.
As I said as a caveat, I'm not even religious, but his passion and his emotion, it really is touching. It's so touching. I understand why this has been played a lot, because
Caio em tua graça, recaio de novo em tuas mãos.
I'm gonna go back and listen to a swathe. Obviously, I don't speak Portuguese, but I can hear the clarity in his consonants. I can hear k, t, p. Everything is really well placed. Unsurprisingly, I'm pretty sure he has very, very good diction. I'm pretty sure you can really hear what he's saying, and I think that's really important for a song of praise because you want it to be as clear as possible so people can feel what you're saying. But every single part of his voice seems to be so controlled and so considered. Every note, it flows, yet it has meaning. He's learned his voice well enough, and it sounds like through years and years of singing, that he can choose on the spot very, very quickly what he needs. And he's creating this beautiful audible picture. What I like to say is the voice and the song is like a blank canvas, and when you sing you pick all the different colours that you can or that you want for your painting and you paint it. Each note is a new brush stroke. He is creating art.
Em teus braços é o meu descanso. Caio em tua graça.
It's all about how he's shaping everything here as well.
Recaio de novo em tuas mãos. Recaio em tua graça.
That pentatonic scale again.
Recaio de novo em tuas mãos. Recaio em tua graça. Recaio de novo em tuas mãos. E se eu passar pelo vale,
That gets me every time.
acharei conforto em teu amor, pois eu sei que és aquele que me guarda, me guarda em teus braços.
Wow, that was like almost a power metal style head voice. Ah! With that big vibrato, again, full vocal cord closure. His vocal cords are coming together fully so that they can vibrate and make that really, really clean sound. This song translates, or the title of the song translates as In Your Arms. So you really need to have safety within his voice, and you're listening, and even though he is doing some technically extraordinary things, you feel safe with his voice, and that's partially his tone but very much his skill. You know that he knows where he's going and he just is in that moment. That's really, really difficult because it's easy to do something that is so technically difficult and make it feel edgy, and that edginess works for things like rock and metal, but it doesn't work for a song like this. This is about safety, this is about praise, this is about just gratitude and thanks. I feel that from him.
És aquele que me guarda.
It's like, oh!
Me guarda em teus braços é o meu descanso. 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 Em teus braços é o meu descanso.
Wow.
Em teus braços é o meu descanso.
Wow, so touching at the end. I'm a sucker for a quiet, breathy end verse. Beautiful. Before you go, I have just released my very own album. It's a story of darkness into light, and there is kind of a song of praise in there, although to me it's more about praising nature and the earth, and it's called Leave Me From the Forest. So if you like this kind of music, you might like that. The song is available here on Spotify, and the whole album is available on my website bethroars.com and on Bandcamp. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.